and talk. Hi, I'm Carley and I will be talking about Laura Bush today. As a kid, have you ever struggled with reading? Or are you an adult that has a child that struggles with reading? Many people struggle with reading, whether you are an adult or a child today. Many people also end up not being able to read, but that is what Laura Bush wanted to fix. Laura Bush had the ambition to fix early education, literacy, and reading. And she also wanted to show how important reading is today. Before her marriage, she attended SMU, where she majored in elementary education. She later then became an elementary education first grade teacher for 2 years. After teaching, she then went to the University of Texas at Austin and majored in library science, where she later got her library science master, until 1977, when she then became married to George W. Bush. Laura had her goals and her dreams that she wanted to pursue in Texas, so she made it statewide. After she was married in Texas, her husband, George W. Bush, ran for governor. She focused on social issues, state funding, child early development, and literacy programs. She held in Texas an early childhood conference that promoted reading and for teachers to learn how to teach the children. She also began an annual Texas Book Festival, which raised money for public libraries to have more books. In 2001, George W. Bush became president, and that's where Laura took her ambition for reading nationwide instead of just statewide. At the White House, Laura did many things, including inside the White House. She changed one of the rooms inside the White House to a library to have people in the White House further their reading skills. She also hired the salaries of education teachers and librarians. She also now held her National Book Festival that is in Washington, D.C., that was in Texas but made it nationwide. She also did her National Book Festival with Hillary Clinton. She also was an administrator in No Child Left Behind, which is an act that seeks teachers in other professional backgrounds, such as military, people who are in college that are just now learning how to teach, that are student teaching, or even early college graduates. She wanted to also further the education of daycare workers and allow them to have better daycare skills, not only just being daycare workers, but also being a teacher in the early development in daycare. She also wanted libraries to have increase in their budgets, allowing more books, more festivals, more events for children, just to want to influence them how to read. She then, after the presidency, opened her George W. Bush Library at SMU. When I was younger in first grade, I struggled in reading majorly. I almost even had to get held back, but I had great family and teachers who pushed me to want to read. Now I'm an elementary education major, and I hope to be a first grade teacher that influences kids on reading and how fundamental it is in life. Laura Bush influenced me and has been a great inspiration on how to be a great teacher. I admire Laura Bush for all that she has done for literacy, reading, early childhood development, and I hope one day I can do that while teaching as well. But not only has Laura Bush influenced teachers, she's influenced people to want to be librarians, which is not a common job. But now people, after Laura Bush and all of her conferences and festivals, want to be librarians. Because what Laura Bush says is true. As long as we have books, no one is left alone. Thank you so much for listening to my speech, and I hope Laura Bush can influence you just like she has influenced me.